At this time in the proceedings, I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce a man that truly doesn't need an introduction, but that certainly doesn't mean he doesn't deserve one. Just as James Brown is the godfather of soul, this man is the godfather of Eagle. He's the hardest working man in showbiz. He's been a tireless advocate for black and brown students across the country and across the world. He was a founding principal of the Eagle Academy for Young Men in the Bronx and is currently the CEO at the Eagle Foundation. I'd like to introduce my friend and my mentor, Mr. David Banks.
Hello, everyone. Congratulations to the class of 2020. Listen, I certainly know that this is not how you were expecting for your senior year to finish. We're also sorry that it ended so suddenly with this coronavirus, this epidemic that took over not only our city, but the entire nation and, in fact, around the world. We've all been suffering. I pray that you and your families are safe. And I know just how disappointed it must have been and has been for all of you as seniors. No prom, having to have a virtual graduation, not a real graduation where you really get a chance to walk across the stage and have your parents and your families cheering you on. No senior trip, all of those kinds of things that go naturally with being a senior and getting ready to graduate from the Eagle Academy for Young Men. And so I'm so sorry that this is what has happened. You've been stuck home with your parents, been on lockdown, have not been able to see your friends, your teachers. Life has been turned completely on its head. But it was not something that we could control. But when life happens and things come our way, even bad things, we got to make sure that we're focused and we have to deal with it. This is what it means to be Eagle Clear. We talk about Eagle Clear all the time, to be confident, to be leaders, to show effort in all that you do, to be academically excellent. But for me, when I talk about Eagle Clear, the number one thing that emerges above everything else is to be resilient. Resilient means that when you get knocked down, you get back up. That when bad things happen, we don't sit around, we don't make excuses, we don't walk around with our lips poked out and saying, woe is me. We have to figure that how do you emerge from this epidemic, this bad time, to say, I expect to be even stronger when it's over. That's the mindset that I use, that when this epidemic hit, how do you make your mind stronger? How do you build your body and make it stronger? How do you make sure that your soul and your spirit are even stronger than it was before this epidemic hit? So don't go off in the corner and say life is horrible. Just understand that some things happen beyond our control. And your responsibility is to be the best that you can possibly be. So be Eagle Clear. This is an opportunity for you to demonstrate that. But in the midst of this pandemic, we also find ourselves in the middle of a revolution. The killing of George Floyd was something that was a turning point in this nation. I have watched young men and men of color my whole life be killed by the police and get away with it. It's been sickening. It's debilitating. One name after another. From the time that I was a little boy, and a guy named Clifford Glover, who was 10 years old, was killed by the police. All the way up until George Floyd. We've watched these murders at the hands of police happen. But it was something about this particular murder that has gotten everybody's attention across the world. And now what you're seeing is young people who stepped up to say enough is enough. And pandemic or no pandemic, they have hit the streets to make a change. And they have gotten the attention of all the powers that be. They are making the world take notice. They're getting laws changed to say that we're going to hold these police officers accountable. All we want to do is be able to live a life where we can be safe and live a good life. Nobody wants to have a level of fear every time you're pulled over by a policeman. But this has been the reality, particularly for Black and Latino boys, for far too long. But now what you're seeing is the revolution that's happening on the street, real change that's going on. And it's being televised right in front of our faces each and every day. And so while we have lots of problems across the world, lots of problems in our city, there's also a lot of opportunities as well. And so I want for all of you as young men, as you're getting ready to graduate, to understand that if you remain eagle clear, you will emerge in a place where you take your rightful place in society. Eagles are not meant to be on the sidelines. You're meant to be right out there on the front lines, making change happen. That's what it means to be eagle. There's a difference between a young man who goes to the Eagle Academy and a young man who truly takes on the attributes of what it means to be an eagle. So we fully expect to see each and every one of you out there making a difference, not just on issues of police brutality, but on issues of climate change and so many other things that are happening across our world to make our world truly a better place. We need you. We expect greatness from each and every one of you. That's what it means to be eagle. So as you graduate, show love and appreciation for your parents, for your teachers, for all of your loved ones who've helped you to get to where you are today. None of us do this alone. None of us do this by ourselves. And many of you are getting ready to head off to college. Some of you are going to go out and get a job and just go right out into the real world right now. But whatever it is that you're doing, remember that the world owes you nothing. You have to go out and make your own place and make your way. At Eagle, we tried to give you everything we possibly could to help you be prepared as best we could. And we're still here for you. So please know that once an Eagle, always an Eagle. We're here for you. We continue to be your family. We love you. We expect greatness from you. And above all else, we expect for you to soar. So young men, congratulations on graduating. You're graduating in the most unique time that any other class of Eagles have ever graduated. So soar, Eagles, soar. We love you. We're here for you. And God bless you.